Candidates always want to know what's the number one thing they can do in an interview to be impressive to the hiring manager. And there really is one answer to that. I mean, there's a lot of other pieces to the interview, but the number one thing that you can do is to ask really great questions, because you demonstrate your knowledge of the job through those questions. One of the most important questions is at the first of the interview to ask, what exactly are you looking for? If you saw the perfect candidate, what would they look like? Or if you have a team and I'm just an addition to that team, who's the best person on that team and what makes them the best person on that team? Now, there's a couple things that happen when you ask this question. Number one, the manager's impressed because most people can't sort of keep it together enough in the interview to ask that kind of pointed question. Number two, if you ask it at the first of the interview, it means that you get to sell to that point all the way through the interview. And I'm not talking about just salespeople. Anybody who's interviewing is selling themselves. In the job search, you're the product, the hiring manager's the buyer, the salary is the cost of the product, and you're selling, trying to get the hiring manager to say, yes, I want to buy, and for you to be sold and to have a great job. So the number one thing you can do is ask those very, very pointed questions, find out exactly what they're looking for, what their process is, who is the best hire they've ever made, what's the greatest challenge in this particular role. Those kinds of questions demonstrate a lot to the hiring manager. And then what you do with that information throughout the interview as you communicate who you are through the questions and answering will really impress the manager and set you apart from other folks. So the number one thing that you can do in the interview to impress the hiring manager and to set yourself apart is to ask really great questions.